Captain Sarah Chen of the EFS Thunderchild watched through narrowed eyes as the Hegemony battlecruiser loomed on the main view screen. Behind it, the peaceful Alterian colony of New Haven burned, atmosphere blackened by orbital bombardment. The Alterians, gentle, telepathic beings who had been Earth's first and most loyal allies, were being systematically exterminated. "Status report," Sarah demanded, her voice deadly calm despite the rage building inside her. Lieutenant Okafor's fingers danced across his console. The Hegemony forces have destroyed 3 major settlements. Civilian casualties estimated at 7 million. The Alterians have no military to speak of, they're being slaughtered. "And the Hegemony's ultimatum?" Sarah asked. "Unchanged, Captain. They demand Earth cease all technological exchange with lesser species and confine our activities to our solar system. The Alterian genocide is meant as—" He swallowed hard, a demonstration of their resolve. Sarah's jaw tightened. The Galactic Hegemony, a coalition of technologically advanced species, had watched humanity's rapid ascension to the stars with growing alarm. Humans were too unpredictable, too innovative, too willing to share their breakthroughs with species the Hegemony considered unworthy. "Signal the fleet," Sarah ordered. "Invoke Protocol Thermophilae." Her XO Commander Jackson stepped closer. "Captain, we only have 7 ships. The Hegemony battle group has 23. Sarah's eyes never left the screen. "They think numbers matter, David. They're about to learn differently. Throughout human history, predators had made the same critical mistake. They threatened those under humanity's protection. Lions learn not to take human children. Dictators learn not to invade allies. And now, the Hegemony would learn what happened when you harmed humanity's friends." "All ships report Thermopylae protocols active, Captain," announced Okafor. Sarah nodded. The experimental technology had never been field-tested, but desperation breeds innovation. "Deploy NEM-ESIS drones." From each human vessel, dozens of small, unassuming drones scattered into the void. The Hegemony ships ignored them, focusing their targeting systems on the human warships. "Incoming transmission from the Hegemony flagship," said Lieutenant Kim. The screen flickered to show Supreme Commander Vex Alar, his 4 eyes blinking in sequence, a sign of amusement in his species. "Human Captain, your intervention is futile. The cleansing of this colony serves as instruction. Know your place or share their fate." Sarah smiled, a predator's grin that contained no warmth. "We received your instruction, Commander. Now allow us to respond in a language the Hegemony will understand." She cut the transmission with a gesture. "Activate ENESIS network." The scattered drones suddenly pulsed with energy, connecting in an invisible web. The fabric of space-time around the Hegemony ships began to distort. "What are they doing?" demanded Commander Jackson. Dr. Reese, the fleet's chief scientist, watched her readings with satisfaction. "They're learning why you don't threaten a species that weaponized the atom 70 years after discovering it. The NEMESIS system, Networked Electromagnetic Mass Inversion Shield, was humanity's answer to being outgunned. It didn't destroy enemy vessels. It simply altered the gravitational constant within their vicinity." On the view screen, the massive Hegemony ships began to crumple like aluminum cans, crushed by their own suddenly multiplied mass. Weapon systems failed as delicate components collapsed under impossible weight. Life support systems were next. "Hegemony vessels are broadcasting distress signals," reported Okafor. "Their engines are failing." Sarah stood, hands clasped behind her back. "Open a channel to all Hegemony ships." When the connection was established, she spoke clearly. "This is Captain Sarah Chen of Earth. What you are experiencing is a localized change in physical constants. We control the gravity in this sector now. Your ships are disabled, not destroyed, unlike the Alterian civilians you massacred today." She paused, letting the implications sink in. "Humanity has one demand. The galactic hegemony will immediately recognize the sovereignty of all sentient species, regardless of technological development. You will withdraw from Alterian space and pay reparations for your actions here." Supreme Commander Vexalar's voice came through, strained and desperate. "You cannot dictate terms to the hegemony. We are many and you are few." Sarah's expression hardened. "Numbers don't matter when we can turn your ships and your worlds against themselves. This technology can be deployed anywhere. Remember that before you threaten Earth or our allies again." She turned to Dr. Reese. "Reduce gravitational effect to allow their life support to function properly. They need to survive to deliver our message." As the human fleet moved to assist the surviving Alterians, word spread through the galaxy. Threaten humanity, and you invite catastrophe. Threaten humanity's friends, and you invoke a fury that knows no bounds. The hegemony had made a fundamental error. They had mistaken humanity's cooperation for weakness, their willingness to uplift other species for naivety. They failed to understand that humans didn't need to rule the galaxy to protect their corner of it. They just needed to be human. And that was terrifying enough.